up in LA because that was Meghan's dream. Her dream was to be an A-lister, and she was unable to make it to those A-list parties.
There is absolutely zero doubt in my mind. Rachel Meghan Markle was a semi-expensive yacht girl, and she knows it.
I think she knows where the bodies are buried. You know, remember, she used to scheme with Princess Diana about how they could take down the family back in the 90s.
Wow, that really is just so insane. I just never thought that my life would ever end up here.
The terms of the lease say that as long as Prince Andrew maintains the upkeep of the property and the repairs and the renovations, then he is within the terms of the lease, and therefore it is very difficult to remove him or for him to...
I always say, you know, he and Fergie, they've never met a dodgy billionaire they don't like. They've never met a dodgy sex offender they don't like.
Many of you have seen this picture already. You see that there's Meghan with her Cajuna hat.
It's frustrating.
Andrew is being stripped of his prince title. But why now? Buckingham Palace said the king has today initiated a formal process, and his younger brother will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He gave up his other titles earlier this month, including the Duke of York, after facing questions about his
No, I'd rather die in a fire, Julia, okay?
Yeah, so Tom Quinn's released this really kind of humorous book in a way, talking about, you know, the lives of the staff at the palaces. What is it really like being, you know, a maid or a butler to a member of the royal family? And unsurprisingly, some of the kind of craziest stuff in there was about the staff who work for the Duke of York. There were some really funny things in there. We've known this before, that he is obsessed with like teddy bears. He has like 40 teddy bears that have to be assembled and arranged perfectly. Staff are given a chart to arrange Prince Andrew's teddy bears on his bed every day.
When I say I have a major announcement, I mean it. I'm not going to give you a big tease and then a big letdown. And this one is positively massive.
Did you take the money? At one stage you had $40,000 cash sitting in front of you. Did you take it?
Absolutely, yes. And it was given to me, and I got it in the car and then returned it straight away.
When Sarah Ferguson decided to speak this time, she didn't just stir gossip. She cracked open a vault the royal family had prayed would stay sealed forever. The air around Buckingham Palace turned to glass. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. Reporters looked at each other like they'd just witnessed a ghost walk into the room. Because what Fergie said wasn't idle chatter, it was a shockwave. And at the center of that explosion stood one woman, Meghan Markle. Candace Owens heard it, and her reaction alone said everything. You could see it in her eyes. Something massive had just dropped, and it had Meghan's name all over it. It began with one offhand remark from Fergie that rolled through the palace like thunder. Meghan was Andrew's first client. Just 6 words, but they detonated like a bomb. In that instant, every camera turned, every journalist straightened in their chair, and every royal aide silently panicked. The phrase carried history, scandal, and danger all wrapped in.
Don't you miss that feeling, getting lost in a story that feels like it was written just for you? If your heart needs a little magic, click on the link in I-button or in the description or pinned comment. It's waiting at infowebster.com. Go feel something again.
Into one. Suddenly, Meghan's carefully polished Hollywood image, the actress turned duchess, the humanitarian turned royal rebel, cracked open like fragile glass. And from inside poured a past the palace never wanted to discuss. At first, it seemed too wild to be real. Fergie, of all people, saying something that bold? The same woman who's survived decades of royal humiliation and scandal should have known better than to light that fuse. Yet there she was, smiling faintly as if she knew exactly what she'd done. Within minutes, the phrase, Andrew's first client, wasn't just whispered, it was trending, plastered across screens from London to Los Angeles. Meghan's yacht days, once dismissed as old gossip, suddenly re-emerged, sharper and louder than ever. Candace Owens didn't waste time either. Her commentary cut through the noise like a hot knife. She said what many were too afraid to say aloud, that the moment Fergie spoke, the entire royal PR machine would scramble to clean up the mess. Because when a scandal like this comes from inside the royal circle, there's no easy way out. Inside Buckingham Palace, chaos erupted behind closed doors. Harry was blindsided. His aides panicked, whispering about damage control and legal options. The usual royal strategy, silence, denial, deflection, suddenly felt useless. Because this wasn't an outsider stirring trouble. This was family. And Fergie, the Duchess of York herself, wasn't known for random slips of the tongue. So what did she really mean? Why no? And what could possibly be gained from tying Meghan to Prince Andrew's already radioactive reputation? It had started as a perfectly ordinary royal weekend, tea, photo ops, charity smiles, the usual pageantry. But beneath that layer of polish, something darker simmered. Whispers began spreading through Mayfair's elite crowd. Fergie had said something she shouldn't have. No one believed it at first. This was Sarah Ferguson. She knew the price of reckless talk. She'd been burned before. Yet this time, it felt deliberate. At a private gathering filled with aristocrats, socialites, and more than a few journalists, she leaned in and murmured just loud enough for the right people to hear. People forget. Meghan's first royal connection wasn't Harry. You could have heard a pin drop. Nervous laughter fluttered through the room, but no one was truly amused. A few exchanged glances, some pulled out their phones, and before the night was over, that line was on its way to every newsroom in Britain. By the next morning, palace phones buzzed nonstop. Andrew's first client. The phrase spread like wildfire, whispered in chat groups, shouted in newsrooms, dissected on podcasts. Even seasoned royal reporters, used to every flavor of drama, couldn't believe it. Fergie had crossed a line. And the fact that she said it about Meghan Markle, a woman who'd already fractured the monarchy's image once before, made it all the more explosive. Inside Montecito, the mood was pure panic. Harry refused to believe it. He'd heard plenty of rumors about Meghan before, sure, but this was different. This came from within the family. From someone who knew Andrew's world firsthand. That made it real. That made it dangerous. Within hours, reporters were digging through Meghan's old Hollywood years, connecting blurry photos, cryptic social posts, and those mysterious yacht pictures that had long floated around gossip forums. Suddenly, her pre-royal life was under a microscope again. The palace went into lockdown mode. No statements, no appearances, no smiles. Just tense silence. And then, the next bombshell hit. Someone unearthed photos of Epstein's girlfriend, Karina Shiliak, standing beside a woman wearing a Panama hat. The resemblance was uncanny. It wasn't confirmed to be Meghan, but the image was enough to reignite the fire. The media spun, the internet roared, and the question echoed through every royal hallway. Had Fergie just exposed a hidden truth, or was this a revenge play decades in the making? You have to remember, Sarah Ferguson isn't naive. She's been through the ringer. From the toe-sucking scandal to her money troubles, she knows the cost of royal rebellion. So if she chose this moment to drop Meghan's name, there was a reason. Some insiders whispered that it was pure revenge. Fergie had been sidelined for years, overshadowed by Meghan's global fame and Hollywood sparkle. Maybe this was her way of taking the spotlight back or leveling the playing field. Others believed it was orchestrated. That the crown itself, facing endless Meghan and Harry headlines, gave Fergie a silent nod to redirect attention. After all, when the palace needs noise, Fergie has always been its perfect weapon. She's loud, unpredictable, and already branded a rebel. If anyone could stir chaos without it tracing back to the royals, it was her. Still, this move felt different, calculated, not careless. I question her moral compass, one commentator said. But I don't question her timing. And that timing couldn't have been more precise. Just as public sympathy for Meghan was beginning to resurface, Fergie's comment yanked the narrative in the opposite direction. Buckingham Palace, meanwhile, was in meltdown mode. No official denials, no clarifications, just frantic meetings behind gilded doors. The rumor spread faster than they could contain it. Every attempt at distraction, charity visits, cheerful photo ops, was met with cynical laughter. Because this wasn't about royal duties anymore. This was about image, legacy, and trust. The cruelest part? The rumor didn't just humiliate Meghan, it humiliated Harry. He'd fought the world for her, cut ties with his family, walked away from his royal life. And now, one careless remark had reduced his entire sacrifice to a cruel punchline. He couldn't explode publicly. He knew that would only make things worse. So Meghan did what she does best. She vanished. No appearances, no statements, no smiles for the cameras. Her team quietly contacted lawyers, but the internet is faster than any legal letter. Fergie's silence afterward made everything worse. She didn't clarify, didn't retract, didn't blink. And in that vacuum, every theory grew louder. Was she protecting Andrew? Deflecting attention from his own scandals by dragging Meghan into the storm? Or was she just reclaiming her relevance, one outrageous quote at a time? Behind the palace's polished exterior, the tension was unbearable. Even senior royals, who pretended indifference, were glued to the headlines. Use common sense, one aide muttered bitterly. She knows exactly what she did. Yet no one dared confront her directly. Because Fergie, for all her flaws, still held royal blood and royal secrets. As the fire spread, reporters dug deeper into Meghan's past connections. Old stories resurfaced about yacht parties, Soho House networking, and whispers of powerful men who knew her before Harry ever did. Nothing proven, just fragments and shadows, but enough to make the palace sweat. The monarchy thrives on control, and this rumor tore that control apart. She knows where the bodies are buried, one insider said quietly. She used to scheme with Diana in the 90s. Don't underestimate her. Those words hung heavy. Because if Meghan's silence was strategic, then so was Fergie's outburst. Two women, both masters of timing, locked in a quiet war of power and perception. By sunrise, panic ruled the palace. Staff sprinted through corridors pretending calm while senior aides scribbled no comment statements like prayers. Never complain, never explain, the royal motto, sounded hollow now. This scandal wasn't one they could hide behind tradition. It was personal. Some insiders claimed Fergie had hinted that Meghan once set her sights on Andrew before meeting Harry. Others dismissed it as malicious gossip. But either way, the damage was done. The public didn't care about the truth, they cared about the drama. And this drama was irresistible. Even royal commentators, normally cautious, began speculating about the palace's next move. If a photo ever surfaces of Meghan with Andrew, one said grimly, it'll be catastrophic. That's what everyone was waiting for, the photo. The proof. But no photo came. Only silence. Silence that felt intentional. Heavy. Calculated. Inside Montecito, that silence grew louder. Meghan's once flawless image now hovered in uncertainty. Harry's trust, once unbreakable, seemed to splinter under the weight of suspicion. Meanwhile, Fergie sat quietly, unbothered or pretending to be. She'd done what she does best, stirred the royal pot so violently that even Buckingham's finest PR machine couldn't put the lid back on. Candace Owens said it best. That's the royal curse, she told her audience. Every time they bury one secret, another crawls out from the dirt. And she's right. The monarchy may thrive on order, but behind those palace walls, chaos always finds its way back. So what was Fergie really after? Revenge? Protection? Or just one last taste of relevance? Whatever her motive, she succeeded. With a single sentence, she hijacked global headlines, reopened royal wounds, and left both Meghan and Harry isolated once again. Because in the royal world, privacy is a myth. Loyalty is a performance. And truth? Truth is just another story waiting to be told. Candace ended her segment with a chilling warning. If you think this scandal was explosive, wait until the next one. Because in that family, every silence hides a secret. And as the sun set over Windsor, you could almost feel it, the weight of something bigger still waiting to drop. Fergie's bombshell wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of another royal storm, one that could tear open every illusion the monarchy has worked so hard to maintain. This is the world of crowns and consequences, of secrets, revenge, and carefully timed betrayals. And when Fergie speaks again, because she always does, everyone will be listening.